Ashley, beyond simply winning this case, if that's the outcome, what does success look like to you? What's the end result of this? What happens after this? Because this feels like one stop in what has turned out to be quite a journey for you both.
Yeah. So we're looking at Escambia and we care about readers right there in that county. But the hope is to send a signal to districts across the country to do the right thing for learners. And I think that over and over, school boards have gotten disoriented, lost their bearings, and have started listening to a handful of really loud voices instead of putting learners first. So what we're really looking for is a change of conduct by these boards and other boards across the country so that young people can read the books that matter to them, have the difficult conversations they're ready for, and make a better world. I mean, create spaces for everyone to matter and belong. And I think that as far as the role of Penguin Random House, having a strong message from the industry that says we're not going to let these conversations and these works of literature be silenced is really powerful in pushing back on the chilling effect this has had in publishing, where editors and publishers are leery of books that deal with difficult topics.
And I think this alliance of people who are involved in this lawsuit makes this very interesting. Not just Penguin Random House, but Washington Post columnist Greg Sargent published an op-ed titled "DeSantis's Book Banners Face a Tough New Foe, Angry Moms with Lawyers." And he writes there, in part, "In one of the big political surprises of 2023, pockets of stiff resistance have sprung up to defend teachers, textbooks, novels, and libraries against censorship efforts across the country. This liberal counter-mobilization is substantially less organized than the right's culture warring, but it has great untapped potential for Democrats." Now, I know, George, we're not trying to make this a partisan issue. Book banning, everybody should be against book banning no matter what happens. But it is interesting that there is everything from a grassroots component to this thing, to authors, to publishers.
Yeah, and that's very interesting the way that they worded it, because I have spoken out publicly about the fact that the silence of Democrats during this has also been kind of like a dog whistle to what is also happening. And so I've also been very critical of clearly the Republicans and these groups that are trying to ban the books, but also the other side that for some reason does not see what is actually happening, as this is a national fight. As we continue to go through this, though, we did have to mobilize together. And I think that people look at these small groups and these small pockets that are within a lot of counties, specifically the Moms for Liberty. They have over 115,000 members. And again, they just generate these lists and they send them out and they look well organized. But I think for us, we wanted to also show that we are just as organized, we are just as strong, and that we will also defend books and book banning. I also think when you look at the school board meetings, you see that the support is overwhelming for those who do not want books to be banned. It is usually just the loudest mouth in the room that are getting these books removed, not the smartest mouths in the room that are able to protect the books. And so that's also why we wanted to show ourselves as a unit, because then becomes a possibility model across the country for others who may want to file lawsuits, or for others who may want to start to go to school board meetings to be able to protect the books.